Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Friday. It is 6th of June. It is Jyeshta Masa, Ritrivikrama Masa, Sukla Paksha, and Ekadasi Tithi. So today is the Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. So fasting from even water. So if any Ekadasi has been broken during the year, so this Ekadasi would cover. So we shall read some story of Ekadasi Vrata from the iskandasati.com. Can we request Saranya Mataji to read the Kata, please?
Hare Krishna. During the hottest season, Northern Hemisphere, if one can perform Upavasa without water, one is performing a great feat. One may take only Charanamrita or Aja and Ajamina water. Bhima requested one Vrata day by which he could obtain the fruits of all the other days of Vrata that he was incapable of observing. Vyasadeva advised him to follow this difficult Vrata. One should worship the Lord in the evening by bathing him in milk. On the Dwadashi, one should give full pots of water to Brahmanas and feed them before breaking one's fast. Samvatsara, samvatsaras, संवत्सरस्य मध्ये एकादशो भवन्ति हि तशं फलम् अवाप्नोति पुत्रा मे न अत्र संशयः इति मां केशवाप्रह शङ्खचक्रगदाधर. Haribhakti Vilasa 1525 from Padma Purana. Vyasadeva speaks to Bhimasena. O son, Lord Keshava, who holds the club, disc, conch, and lotus flower in his hand, personally told me that all of the merit achieved by fasting on whatever Ekadashi fall in 1 year can be attained by fasting on this one Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi. Of this, there is no doubt. आत्मद्रोह कृदास्तेस्तु येषना हि उभोसिदा परा पापात्मनो दुराचार दुष्टास्तेन आत्र संशयः. Haribhakti Vilasa 1533 from Padma Purana. Vyasadeva speaks to Bhimasena. Anyone who does not fast on this particular Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi, they should be understood to be sinful, corrupted, and suicidal person without a doubt. The story of Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. Once Bhimasena, the younger brother of Maharaja Yudhishthira, asked the great sage Srila Vyasadeva, the grandfather of the Pandavas, if it is possible to return to the spiritual world without having observed all the rules and regulations of the Ekadashi fast. Bhimasena then spoke as follows: O great, intelligent, and learned grandfather, my dear Yudhishthira, my brother Yudhishthira, my dear mother Kundi, and my beloved wife Draupadi, as well as Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva, fast completely on each Ekadashi and strictly follow the rules, guidelines, and regulative injunctions of that sacred day. Being very religious, they always tell me that I should also fast on that day too. But, O learned grandfather, I tell them that I cannot live without eating, because as the son of Vayudeva, Samana Prana, the digestive air, hunger is unbearable to me. I can give widely in charity and worship Lord Keshava properly with all manner of wonderful upajaras items, but I cannot be asked to fast on Ekadashi. Please tell me how I can obtain the same merit result without fasting. Hearing these words, the grandsire of Bhima, Srila Vyasadeva said, if you want to go to the heavenly planets and avoid the hellish planets, you should indeed observe a fast on both the light and dark Ekadashis. Bhima replied, O great saintly intelligent grandfather, please listen to my plea. O greatest of Munis, since I cannot live if I eat only once in a day, how can I possibly live if I fast completely? Within my stomach burns a special fire named Vrika, the fire of digestion. Agni, the fire god, descend from Lord Vishnu through Brahma, from Brahma to Angirasa, and Angirasa to Brihaspati, and from Brihaspati to Samyu, who who was Agni's father. He he is the greatest. He is the great gatekeeper in charge of Nairiti, the southeastern direction. He is one of the eight material elements, and Parikshit Maharaja, he is very expert at examining things. He examined Maharaja Shibi once by turning into a dove. For further information on this incident, see Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam Commentary 1.12.20 purport. Agni is divided into three categories: Dhavagni, the fire in wood; Jadarakni, the fire in the digestion in the stomach; and Vadavagni, the fire that creates fog when hot and cold steams mix in, for example, the ocean. Another name of the fire of digestion is Vriga. It is this powerful fire that resided in Bhima's stomach. Only when I eat to my full satisfaction, because the fire in my stomach becomes satisfied. O great sage, I might possibly be able to fast only once, so I beg that you tell me an Ekadashi that worthy of my fasting, and that includes all other Ekadashis. I shall faithfully observe that fast and hopefully still become eligible for liberation's release. Srila Vyasadeva replied, O king, you have heard from me about the various kinds of occupational duties, such as elaborate Vedic ceremonies and pujas. In the Kali Yuga, however, no one will be able to observe all these occupational and functional duties properly. I shall therefore tell you how, at practically no expense, one can endure some small austerity and achieve the greatest benefit and resultant happiness. The essence of what is written in the Vedic literature known as Puranas is that one should not eat on either the dark or light fortnight Ekadashis. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabhagavat Puranam 12.13.12 and 15, the Bhagavad Puranam is itself the essence or cream of the Vedanta philosophy, Sara Vedanta Saram, and the Srimad Bhagavatam's unique univocal message is that full surrender to Lord Sri Krishna and rendering of loving devotional service to him. Observing Ekadashi strictly is a great aid in that process. And here Srila Vyasadeva is simply stressing to Bhima the importance of Ekadashi Vratam. One who fasts on Ekadashi saved from ongoing to the hellish planets. Hearing Srila Vyasadeva's words, the son of Vayu, Bhimasena, the strongest of all warriors, became frightened and began to shake like a leaf of a banana tree in a strong wind. The frightened Bhimasena then said, "O grandfather, what should I do? I am completely unable and ill equipped to fast twice in a month throughout the year. Please tell me of the one fasting day that will bestow the greatest benefit upon me." Vyasadeva replied, "Without drinking even water, you should fast on the Ekadashi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Jyeshta, May, June, and when the sun travels in the sign of Tarus, Vrishabha, and Gemini, Midun. According to the learned personalities, on this day one may bathe and perform arjamana and pradi, pradiprakshana for purification. But while performing arjamana, one may drink only that amount of water equal to a drop of gold, or that amount it takes to immerse a single mustard seed. Only this amount of water should be placed in the right palm for sipping, which one should form a resemble a cow's ear. If one drinks more water than this, he might as well have drunk wine despite the soaring heat of summer in the northern hemisphere and cold in the southern hemisphere. One must certainly not eat anything, for if he does so, he breaks his fast. This rigid fast is in effect from sunrise on the Ekadashi to sunrise on the Dwadashi day. If a person endeavor to observe this great fast very strictly, he easily achieve the result of observing 24 other Ekadashi fast during the entire year. On Dwadashi, the devotee should bathe early in the morning, then according to the prescribed rules, guidelines, and regulative injunctions, and of course, depending on his ability, he should give some gold and water to worthy brahmanas. Finally, he should cheerfully honor prasadam with a brahmana. O Bhimasena, one who can fast on this special Ekadashi in this manner reaps the benefit of having fasted on every Ekadashi during the year. There is no doubt of this, nor should there be. O Bhima, now here the specific merit one gets by fasting on this Ekadashi. The Supreme Lord Keshava, who holds a couch, discus club, and lotus, personally told me everyone should take shelter of me and follow my instructions. Then he told me that one who fasts on this Ekadashi without taking even drinking water or eating, become free of all sinful reactions. That one who observes the difficult Nirjala fast or Jyeshta Shukla Ekadashi truly reaps the benefit of all other Ekadashi fast. O Bhimasena, in the Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, when all the principles of the Vedas will have been destroyed or greatly minimized, and when there will be no proper charity or observance of the ancient Vedic principles and ceremonies, how will there be any means of purifying the self? But there is but there is the opportunity to fast on Ekadashi and become free of all one's past sins. O son of Vayu, what more I can say you? You should not eat the Ekadashi. You should not eat during the Ekadashis that occur during the dark and light fortnight, and you should even give up drinking water, no jala water, on the particular auspicious Ekadashi day of Jyeshta Shukla Ekadashi. O Vrigodhara, voracious eater, whoever fasts on this Ekadashi receives the merit of bathing in all the places of pilgrimage, giving all kinds of charities to worthy persons, and fasting on all the dark and light Ekadashis throughout the year, if one go. Of this there is no doubt. O tiger among men, whoever fasts on this Ekadashi truly becomes a great person and achievers of all manners of opulences and wealth, gain, strength, and health. And at the fearful moment of death, the terrible Yamadutas, whose complexions are yellow and black and who brandish huge maces and 12 mystic pasha ropes in the air for binding their victims, will refuse to approach him. Rather, such a beautiful soul will at once be taken to the Supreme Lord by Lord Vishnu, by the Vishnu Dudas, whose transcendently beautiful forms are clothed in gorgeous yellowish garments, and who each holds a disc club couch lotus in their hands resembling Lord Vishnu. It is to gain all this benefit that one should certainly fast on this very auspicious and important Ekadashi even from water. When the other Pandavas heard about the benefit to be gained by following Jyeshta Shukla Ekadashi, they resolved to observe it exactly as their grandfather Srila Vyasadeva had explained it to their brother Bhimasena. All the Pandavas observed it by refraining from eating or drinking anything, and thus this day is also known as Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. Technically, it is a Mahadwadashi. Srila Vyasadeva continued, O Bhimasen, therefore you should observe this important fast to remove all your past sinful reactions. You should pray to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, in this way, making your Sankalpa declaration. O Lord of all Vedas, demigod, all Devas, demigods, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, today I shall observe Ekadashi without taking any water. O unlimited Anandadev, I shall break fast on the next day, Dwadashi. Therefore, to remove all his sins, the devotee should honor this Ekadashi fast with full faith in the Lord, with full control over his senses. Whether his sins are equal to volumes of Mount Sumeru or to Mandarajala hill, if he or she observe this Ekadashi, the sins that have been accumulated all become nullified and are burned to ashes. Such is the great power of this Ekadashi. O best of human beings, although a person should also give water and cows in charity during this Ekadashi, if for some reason or other he cannot, then he should give a qualified Brahmana some cloth or a pot filled with water. Indeed, the merit achieved by giving water alone equals that gained by giving gold 10 million times a day.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I think it seems it is repeated.
Okay.
So it is repeated, I think. Okay, so can just
Okay.
read this one completely, please.
O Bhimasena, after this Ekadashi fast and donating the recommended items according to his ability, the devotee should feed Brahmanas and therefore honor prasadam silently. Srila Vyasadeva concluded, I strongly urge you to fast on this auspicious, purifying, sin devouring Dwadashi in just the way I have outlined. Thus, you will be completely free from all sins and reach the supreme abode. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Jyeshta Shukla Ekadashi or Bhimaseni Nirjala Ekadasi from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Hare Krishna. Nirjala Ekadashi ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. It's a long one, so thank you so much. Okay, so that is from the event's perspective, fasting from grains, beans, cereals, and completely even from the water. Okay, so we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam. So Buddha was speaking to Vidura about Krishna's pastimes. So about Krishna's marriage. So he has entered into the palace of Narakasura after killing Narakasura. And then he has seen all these 16,100 princesses, and they are, as soon as they saw Krishna, they wanted to get married to Krishna and they want to offer themselves to Krishna. And then later on, Krishna has taken them to Dwaraka, and then there he has arranged the marriage for all the 16,100 princes in that many number of palaces. He accepted them as his wives. Asa muhurta ekasmin nanagareshu yoshitam savidam jagurhe panin anurupaha swamaya. And also Krishna has transformed himself according to match to each and every uh, princess, so that it is a proper match. So likewise, Uddhava has mentioned, and further today he is mentioning that after marrying to that means 16,108 wives, so 8 principal queens and then 16,100 these wives. So in each and every wife, Krishna has begotten 10 children who are all equal to in the prowess and the qualities equal to Krishna himself. In order to Krishna expand himself, so likewise he begotten 10 children in each wife. Okay, likewise, Uddhava is mentioning. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 3, and verse number 9. तासु अपत्यानि अजनयत् आत्मतुल्यानि सर्वतः एकैकस्यां दश दश प्रकृतेः विबुभूषयाम्. तासु अपत्यानि अजनयत्. Tasu, so unto those wives, apatyani, offspring, to beget children, ajanayat. Apatyani ajanayat. So in order to beget children in each and every wife, atmatulyani sarvataha. Atmatulyani sarvataha. In all respects, like himself. Atmatulyani, like all like himself. Sarvataha, in all respects, in all angles, like the strength, the beauty, and the qualities like that. In all respects, Atmatulyani sarvataha. Ekaikasyam dasha dasha. In each and every one of them, Ekaikasyam, dasha dasha is a 10 children, 10 10. Prakritehe, for expanding himself, Vibhusaya, so desiring. So Krishna desiring to expand himself, he begotten 10 children in each and every wife. Okay, so Tasvapatyani ajanayat atmatulyani sarvataha ekaikasyam dasha dasha prakritehe vibhushaya. Okay, so there is no translation for this verse. Just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring with exactly his own qualities. Okay, so there is no purport for this shloka. So just read just the chapter summary of this one. Srimad Bhagavatam, this is 61, I think. So it gives the genealogy of Krishna, how he explains himself. I think KB. Okay, the genealogy of family of Krishna. Can I request just to read only first two paragraphs? Any voluntary devotees, please? Unallocated devotees, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Can I read, Prabhuji,
Yes,
please?
yes, Mataji. Two paragraphs.
Okay, thank you. Krishna had 16,108 wives, and in each of them he begot 10 sons, all of them equal to their father in the opulences of strength, beauty, wisdom, fame, wealth, and renunciation. Like father, like son. All the 16,108 wives of Krishna were princesses, and when each saw that Krishna was always present in her respective palace and did not leave home, she considered Krishna a hand-picked husband who was very much attached to her. Every one of them thought that Krishna was her very obedient husband, but actually Krishna had no attraction for any of them, although each thought that she was the only wife of Krishna and was very, very dear to him. Lord Krishna, being Atma Rama, self sufficient, felt neither attraction nor enmity towards any of them. He was equal to all the wives and treated them as a perfect husband would, just to please them. For him, there was no need of even a single wife. In fact, since they were women, the wives could not understand the exalted position of Krishna nor the truths about him. All the princesses who were wives of Krishna were exquisitely beautiful, and each one of them was attracted by Krishna's eyes, which were just like lotus petals, and by his beautiful face, long arms, beautiful ears, pleasing smile, humorous talk, and sweet words. Influenced by these features of Krishna, they all used to dress themselves very attractively, desiring to attract him by their feminine bodily appeal. They exhibited their feminine characteristics by smiling and moving their eyebrows, thus shooting sharp arrows of conjugal love just to awaken Krishna's lusty desires for them. Still, they could not arouse Krishna's mind or his sexual appetite. This means that Krishna never had any sexual relations with any of his many wives, save and except to beget children. Hare Krishna. Thandat pranams.
Hare Krishna. Then. Pranam, Mataji. So in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning, so Krishna, though he begotten 10 children, Krishna never had any sexual relations with any of his wives, save and except to beget children. So again, there is Prabhupada is mentioned in this one of Krishna's 16,108 queens had 10 sons. The names have been given. It is a very long list, but the sons of principal queens, it is given here. The 10 children, and then it comes as part of the starting from Pradyumna, sons of Rukmini Devi. I just read only this paragraph. Each of Krishna's 16,108 queens had 10 sons. The sons of first 8 queens are listed as follows. By Rukmini, Krishna had following 10 sons. Pradyumna, Charudeshna, Sudeshna, Charudeha, Sucharu, Charugupta, Bhadracharu, Charu Chandra, Vicharu, and Charu. None of them were inferior in their qualities to their divine father, Lord Krishna. The names of Satyabhama's 10 sons are as follows: Bhanu, Subhanu, Swarbhanu, Prabhanu, Bhanuman, Chandrabhanu, Bhradbhanu, Atibhanu, Shribhanu, and Pratibhanu. 10 sons of next queen Jambavati were headed by Samba. Their names are as follows: Samba, Sumitra, Purujit, Shatajit, uh, Sahasrajit, Vijaya, Chitraketu, Vasuman, Dravida, and Kratu. Lord Krishna was specifically very affectionate to the sons of Jambavati. The 10 sons Lord Krishna had by his wife Satya, the daughter of King Nagnajiti, were as follows: Veera, Chandra, Ashwasena, Chitragu, and Vegavan, Vrusha, Ama, Senku, Vasu, and Kunti. Amongst all of them, Kunti was very powerful. So this Kunti is the son of Krishna and Satya. Okay, so Krishna's 10 sons by Kalindi were as follows: Shruta, Kavi, Vrusha, Veera, Subahu, Bhadra, Shanti, Darsha, Purnamasa, and Somaka, the youngest son. The 10 sons Lord Krishna begot in his next wife Lakshmana, the daughter of King of province. Madras province. Were named Praghosha, Gatravan, Simha, Bala, Prabala, Voddaga, Mahashakti, Saha, Voja, and Aparadita. And the 10 sons of his next wife, Mitravinda, were as follows: Vruka, Harsha, Anila, Grudra, Vardhana, Unnada, Mahamsha, Pavana, Vahni, and Kshudi. The 10s of his next wife, Bhadra, were named uh, Sangramajit, Bhratsena, Sura, Praharana, Arijit, Jaya, Subhadra, Vama, Ayur, and Satyika. Besides these 8 chief queens, Krishna had 16,100 and other wives, and all of them also had 10 sons each. Okay, so this is the genealogy of Krishna's family. And then here it is mentioned the eldest son of Rukmini Pradyumna was married with Mayavati from his very birth. Afterwards, he married Rukmavati, the daughter of his maternal uncle Rukmi. From Rukmavati, Pradyumna had a son named Aniruddha. In this way, Krishna's family, Krishna and his wives, along with their sons and grandsons, and even great grandsons, all combined together to include very nearly 1 billion family members. This is 1 billion means 100 crores. Is that 100 crores? 1 billion family members. So it is very huge family. Okay, so that is from Shri Krishna's family. So here Uddhava is remembering that one tasu apatyani adhanayat atmatulyani sarvataha ekaikasyam dasa prakritehi vibhusaya. So likewise, Krishna expanded his family, so begetting 10 children, and they also had their children, like grandson, all family together with 1 billion family members. So we can imagine to send them to the schools. So I think teachers only have to come to their kingdom, to Dwaraka. Even this one also, teachers also mentioned there are also of million teachers like that. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Jayapataka Achyutananda, August 20th, 1970, Tokyo. Can I request another unallocated devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Jai Pataka and Achyutananda, please accept my blessings on receipt of your telegram dated 18th August 1970. I have decided to start from here for Calcutta on the 29th August, reaching there in the evening of the same day. I hope you have received my telegram reading as follows by this time. We 6 arriving Calcutta Saturday 29th August 7:40 evening KLM flight number 864 letter follows. The purpose of my going to India at the present moment is to give some idea to the communistic tendency of the people so that everyone may take Krishna consciousness for a solution of all problem of life. When I came to your country, USA, I began my preaching work by chanting Hare Krishna mantra and by talking some philosophy from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And thus the younger generation of your country gathered around me, and now they are gratefully acknowledging that they have got something substantial. When they were feeling confused and frustrated, many young boys and girls are now happy and getting this Krishna consciousness, and similarly, I hope the communist young boys and girls in India will also feel similarly if they accept this Krishna consciousness movement. Krishna consciousness movement is not a sacred, sacred, sectarian religion, but it is a solution for all the problems of life. In other words, Krishna is good for everyone. The idea is Krishna is substance and Maya is illusion. Illusion is accepted as void and impersonal, but Krishna is the Saman Varnam person. Krishna is one and Maya is zero. Zero by the side of one is ten, but thousands of zeros clubbed together do not make one. So there are many ideas within this word put forth by many philosophers, politicians, religionists, philanthropists, etc. But all of them are considered as illusion of zeros. If there is no Krishna consciousness, we have no push forward this philosophy throughout the whole world. We have sufficient support for acknowledging this philosophy. I understand that nowadays many strikes are being observed in Calcutta. These are not new things because from our childhood we know Bengal is the original of all political allegation. Lord Chaitanya appeared in Bengal and he said that simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, everyone will have perfection by one's idealistic way of life. Now it is the time for the Bengalis or for the Indians to understand that this Hare Krishna mantra will also bring in the perfection of communistic ideas. If you can therefore arrange a small meeting with the Bengali communist leaders, I can try to convince them how Krishna consciousness movement is very much congenial for that purpose. I hope the Mayapur land purchased is by this time completed. In your previous letter, you wrote that if I am present there, it will be done. Immediately also, for this purpose, I am going to Calcutta. So, keeping to view of the above 2 points, please arrange for our accommodation and I shall try my best to give some service to all persons concerned. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Swami Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, you wanted to highlight?
So the Prabhupada is going back to India, and then his main things is preaching the Krishna consciousness movement. Because that if he convinced that in USA, he said to they get like younger generation when they frustrated anything, then they are a bit confused. So he preached the Krishna consciousness philosophy, and then they are happy. So the Prabhupada said, "Why not? I'm coming back to India." to preach the Krishna consciousness, and the younger generation get the benefit and get many young boys and girls get happy. So that the main thing there, Prabhupada is said that Krishna consciousness, because then when Prabhupada went to Western world, that they are accepting, so that India also that go to uh, accepting the Krishna consciousness, and that all about the philosophy is not like a sectarian religion. So Krishna consciousness movement is the solution for the life, uh, and that he's saying about the zero and one. So Krishna is only the one, and there's so many zero put together. But without Krishna, there is no like um, Maya or something like that. But yes, so but the main thing is I'm just said about the preaching the Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada. Yeah, so the and Mayapur, he said Mayapur, he was learning about the Mayapur land, and yes, so something Prabhu.
Okay, thank
Yes, Prabhu, yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, you can elaborate more, Prabhu, because there's so things to Prabhupada is mentioned about the Bengali communist, and yeah, so how they can try to convince process of people to come in the Krishna consciousness. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is Prabhupada's again, and just pointing on the communist ideas, and then why this world is now, it is like illusory kind of thing. So the solution for this is only Krishna conscious. It is a practical one. Krishna is substance and Maya is illusion. Maya is whatever is manifest, temporarily manifestation. By looking at this temporary manifestation, everyone wanted to enjoy, try to, but they do not understand what is behind it. So the substance, Krishna is behind everything. And comparing with Krishna is one and Maya is zero. Zero by the side of one is 10. But thousands of zeros clocked together do not make one. So this is very properly described. So all of the philosophies, different philosophies and different societies are considered illusion or zeros if there is no Krishna consciousness. We have to push forward this philosophy throughout the whole world. We have sufficient support for acknowledging this philosophy. Okay, so these people in this, everyone trying to enjoy. This is yavat pratakum ilmatman indriyadha maya balam bhagavato janeesha pasyet तावन्न संस्थिरसु प्रतिसंक्रमेत व्यर्थापि दुःख निवहं वहति क्रियार्थ. So Brahma in his prayers he mentions that one everyone yavat pradakum idmatmani indriyadha just only for the sense gratification by maya balam, by the Lord's illusory energy. Bhagavato janayesha pasyet, those things that they are the enjoyers. Isha pasyet tavanna samsiraso pratisankrameta. They will fall down into this birth, death, and life cycle. Pratisankrameta again and again. Vyadapi dukkha nevaham. All the time they will go through the sufferings of this birth, old age, disease, and death. Vyadapi dukkha nevaham vahati kriyadha. Again there in his praise daivena te hadadhyo bhavatah prasangat sarva ashubha vimukendriyaye kurvanti kama sukha lesa lavaya dhena lobhapi bhota manasu akushalani shashvat. Just for the kurvanti kama sukha lesa lavaya dena kama sukha, just for time being only they will experience that pleasure, but it is at the stake of akushilani shashvat. Akushilani shashvat is the uh, inauspicious activities all the time. So they engage in auspicious activities all the time for the sake of tiny kurvanti kamasukha, for the sense gratification. Because they are lobha vibhuta. They are very greedy for the little bit sense gratification. So, but this is also Brahma's praise. Bhavatah sarva ashubha upshamanat vimukendriyaye. They do not take the Krishna Katha and then vimukha indriyaye, which will give relief for all kinds of relief from all kinds of inauspicious activities. So likewise, everyone Kamaginachuta Roshata Turbharena Sampasito Manu Urkrama Sidate me. Kamaginachuta Roshacha. Kamagni, it is this desire is a burning blaze. Kamagna Achyuta Rusha. Achyuta is that they are not subsiding, always increasing only. Rushacha and also anger as well. Kama and Rushacha Sudurbharena. They are unbearable to cross this lust, anger, and greed. Always they are suffering. And Brahma says, Sampasita Manurkarama Sedate me. I am now lamenting for all these living entities. They will suffer in this material world with a kind of different kinds of the communism idea, that idea, these ideas. They would not be relieved from the agitations. This is everywhere there is political agitations. They would miss the essence of life. Okay, so Prabhupada is stressing those statements here. It is the time for the Bengalis or for the Indians to understand that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will bring in the perfection of communistic ideas. Therefore, arrange a small meeting with Bengali communist leaders. I can try to convince them how Krishna conscious movement is very much congenial for their purpose. Okay, so this is very strong statements. The preaching movement has got strong foundation. We need to take it forward. It is only endeavors are required, but Krishna arranges everything. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter and from the updates point of view. So today we don't have any events in the evening, and tomorrow morning we continue our Bhagavatam, and tomorrow evening Bhagavad Gita session by Mahimadnava Das Prabhuji. Previously he was Mohan Prabhu. So he is going to speak on Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Mahimadnava Das Prabhu. Okay, and I would not be available. Radha Sekam Mataji may help us with the Sangha. I'm just going to the Radhayatra. So tomorrow Radhayatra in the Manchester. So possibly I may meet Saranya Mataji and family. Okay, that is update from me. And the devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, if no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हैव ए कृष्ण कॉन्शियस डे एवरीवन